This is LXBN TV, and I'm Colin O'Keefe. My guest today is Lindsay Griffiths, Director of Global Relationship Management at International Lawyers Network and author on the excellent Zen and the Art of Legal Networking. She recently authored a superb series of posts on using Twitter in client development, so I thought I'd have her on to share some of her advice on this subject. Lindsay, let's get the most asked question out of the way, kind of a high-level one. How can a lawyer possibly get work on Twitter if their potential clients aren't on there, just by shooting out little blips of information?
Well, Colin, I actually get this question a lot, and what I normally tell my attorneys is that you're not necessarily going to get work directly from Twitter, but consider what normally would happen. Somebody's going to need an attorney. They're going to ask somebody they know, like, and trust for a recommendation. That person will give them a name, and you're going to go and Google that. So if what comes up is just a dry law firm bio, you might, it's human nature. Maybe it's not fair. They could be the best lawyer in the world, but it's human nature to question how good that person is. But if you see their LinkedIn profile with a list of their accolades and recommendations from clients and articles they've authored, and you see their blog posts, which talk about the very subject the person wants to hire them on, and you see their Twitter feed, which shows them as a repository of information, both theirs and others, for that subject, you're going to be more likely to hire them. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about Twitter is that it's really about building relationships. So maybe you're not building relationships directly with potential clients, maybe you are, but you are building relationships with influencers like conference organizers who can invite you to speak and put you in front of clients, and journalists who can also, use you as a source. So it's really rife with opportunity.
Mm-hmm, definitely. So say I'm a new to Twitter lawyer. I got my username, I threw together a quick profile, and I'm sitting here wondering what to do next. Where does a lawyer start on Twitter, once they've got the basic elements in there?
I'd say the first place to start is listening. You want to start by following people, obviously. If you're not sure where to start there, you can load in your contacts and see who that you already know might be on Twitter. Go to the organizations that you belong to, check their pages and see what their Twitter accounts are and what their hashtags are, and follow those hashtags. See who's tweeting about the information that you're interested in. Along with hashtags, you can also enter search terms and, again, see who's tweeting about the subjects that you're interested in and start to follow those people. And once you're listening to them, you also want to start to respond to things that they've said that you might have something to comment on, and also share other people's information. It's great to share your own stuff, but you also want to be sharing what other people are saying.
Mm-hmm, certainly. If you listen to other people, they're much more likely to listen to you. And also Twitter lists are a great resource, looking around for people who have thrown together lists, and you can just load in employment lawyers, load in that type of thing.
Absolutely.
And lastly, what mistakes do you see lawyers making that others should absolutely avoid? You see so many people doing certain things that just are like nails on a chalkboard, especially for the people who are new to the community and don't even know what they are. But yeah, what are the mistakes that lawyers should just absolutely avoid?
Well, there's a couple, and the number one is definitely over-promotion. You don't want to be just talking at people. You wouldn't go to a cocktail party and just tell somebody how good you are and not let them get a word in edgewise, and never ask them any questions about themselves. So it's the same thing in social media. You want to engage with them a little bit more. So that would be the number one. The other ones I would say would be talking about work too much. Again, if you're at a cocktail party, the things that are going to bond you to other people are talking about your kids or sports or the weather, even something as mundane as that. And that's what's going to get people to know, like, and trust you on social media as well. So I like to suggest to people that it's like a cocktail party. Treat it that way. You can have some very high-level conversations on there, but don't make it just about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So two big ones.
Yeah, absolutely. It is just like a cocktail party. You don't need to have some elaborate strategy. Just go there, share some things, talk to people. It's not a big deal, but it can definitely work. I mean, I was just sharing with you off air. I just got an email circular around all of LexBlog. So one of our lawyers on our network got work directly through Twitter, so it can happen.
Yeah, we had an attorney get a referral right through my Twitter account too. So it does happen. It's rare, but it does happen.
Mm-hmm. And once again, that was Lindsay Griffiths, Director of Global Relationship Management at International Lawyers Network and author on Zen and the art of legal networking. For more of her insight and for her complete series on using Twitter, be sure to check that out. If you're not using Twitter, just go through it. There's several excellent posts. Be sure to see those at zenlegalnetworking.com. And for more LXPN TV interviews, visit us at lxpn.lexblog.com. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.